I love this, by the way. Oh shit. Yes! Oh, hi. Yep. I'm still in a cutscene. What the fuck? Ball gun is so fun.
Can't get enough of these balls.
One of these is trapped in one. There it is. Yes! How do you parry again? I knew a ramp. Are you serious? Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh, did anyone get in position? Right. Nice.
Yes, chicken. Just like that. Horse friend has no idea where horse friend is going, and I love this. I'm not touching the controller. This is the auto drive.
What the? You know, you assholes are the real fucking deal. You know that?
Yeah.
All right, and we're live. Oh. Yeah, sometimes Nova Bomb just has a mind of its own and decides that it wants to go on its 15. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, here's the numbers I was actually looking forward on the CPU. It was a Ryzen 5 1600 or 16,000 or whatever is what I had to a Ryzen 5 3600. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. My computer, I ran the PC health check thing for 11. It now says this computer can run Windows 11. I was like, yep. Now it says it can run it, even though it was already running it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh. Oh, good. Windows audio settings again. It did that thing where it was like, we can't hear anyone in Discord. You should be able to now.
Hello, chat.
Also, hello, Malzum. Thank you for letting me know at the beginning of the stream before I get like an hour in and someone in chat's like, we can't hear Discord. And then I just start screaming and throwing things.
Yep. Yeah. I've had those streams where people are like, by the way, you've been on your face cam the entire time.
Oh.
We can't see the game.
Oh god.
Yeah. Funko has a really good solution to that. He has, I think it's, I'm not sure if it's bits or if it's channel points, but you can, I think it might be bits, and it triggers OBS to do a audio cue that says you're still on face cam.
Nice. I still love the one, the Rhythm Cafe clip of Ian. He was doing a VR game, I want to say it was Beat Saber or something, and was on booth cam the entire time. And and it's just him in front of the green screen just waving his arms around. and you can't see the game. And Heather is just like there in the corner laughing, like silently, like covering her mouth because she knows that she's not doing anything about it.
Yep. So good.
Okay. Oh, it is channel points. Okay, that makes sense because you'd want that to be.
Yeah, and TQ's okay.
It's
TQ's
very
voice,
funny.
That's very good.
It's very funny when it happens because it's like because it's TQ saying I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like, "You're still on Booth, you ding dong." It's very good. Anyway, I should join the fire team.
Yep, we're just in orbit.
Yep. I have all of the things from the tower, and
Yeah, I have all of my bounties,
oh, don't
all
need
of my
that.
weapons.
Right, I did some.
Apparently, that was very close, Sniper, to what the message is.
It's yeah. I've been enjoying watching a bit of Tarkov before bed. It's restful, weirdly.
Well, because like that game is enormous stretches of quiet, right?
Mhm.
Usually punctuated with a single headshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Hello, Bad Chop.
Oh, wait, I'm driving, aren't I?
You are.
Is everyone feeling ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Every
Let's do
time
it.
I turned on Tarkov, thanks for telling us we need Overload in a Nightfall that needs no Overload game. But every time I turned on a Tarkov stream, it's hours of inventory management. It's everything I've ever seen of that game. Or the occasional wandering through wilderness, nothing happening, and then dying immediately to a headshot. That's all I ever see. And
That's mostly the game.
yeah. Like I missed. I'm just making sure that I've got it figured out. That's what Tarkov is.
Yeah. I mean, so the way Funko describes it is that so like with PUBG, it's so they're both coming from this sort of milsim sort of school of sort of shooter design, you know, whereas Destiny is definitely much more like an arcade shooter.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Destiny is much more like, say, Call of Duty than you know, it is like.
Then no, the realism here is outstanding. You know.
Right. Exactly. Then it
Yeah,
is like Arma or you know, something like that, which is much more in the real sort of milsim. Although those, of course, have their own abstractions.
Yeah, Sim will always have allowances.
Yeah, but they're much slower. They're much more tactical. They're much more lethal, right? Like combat is much more lethal. Greater focus on positioning, that sort of thing. Anyway, and if you're into that sort of combat, they're a lot of fun. They generate a lot of tension, right? As your primary emotional state, right? Because you're just sort of waiting, like.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, right, so PUBG's like that. And you have this like sort of, you load in and you're trying to find stuff to use, and then you gotta find enemies, and there's time pressure. But with PUBG, when the round's done, it's done. All the stuff you found goes away. Doesn't matter how good it was. Doesn't matter, you know. It's just
Nothing.
gone. Yep. Whereas Tarkov has this long, persistent, persistent inventory game, which gives everything stakes, right? That persist like deep into the game. No matter sort of how good you get at it, you're still You know, did I get a cool thing? How am I going to get out of wherever I am? Stuff like that. And those stakes just sort of last a lot longer into the system. Now, Battlestate Games, who are the people who make it, have an extremely specific vision for their game, which is only tangentially related to fun.
Fun may or may not happen.
Yeah, or perhaps I should say is only coincidentally related to fun.
Right.
Like, I actually played PUBG for a bit and actually found it kind of fun.
Yeah, PUBG has. I mean, like I played it quite a lot and I liked it. Then I guess it just stopped being kind of what everyone was playing.
I kind of lost interest. I think after I finally won a game. Like,
Right.
After I solo won a game, I kind of lost interest.
Yep.
You got your chicken dinner, and that was the end of it.
Yeah. But like, some of my best memories playing that game are like playing with Ben, Dandy,
Oh, damn it.
and the game just like doing something completely stupid because it was still a hot mess at the time.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun when it was extremely buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Morpheus,
and when
thank you
this
for
extension
the
was
5-month sub, Mousem. But
So
yeah, sorry.
I have a problem, which we probably need to go back to orbit. I forgot to slot Unstoppable on my arms.
Ew. Okay. Yeah.
If you want to go back to orbit, we can.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take us back to orbit.
Yeah,
We're like,
sorry about that.
we're like
That's
3
fine.
minutes in. It's no problem.
We're still at the beginning.
I
Like-
just realized it was like, oh, I'm gonna need that.
But like, one of my favorite times ever playing PUBG was Ben, 2 other friends, and myself had just started and we'd landed, and the other 2 friends immediately got killed. Like it ran over, and Ben was running to get to us, and the other team had were trying to run me over, and I kept getting out of the way, and finally I just got in the car with them. So it's 3 strangers and me. They're all looking at me, and then Ben is riding up in a car, and he's like, "What is going on?" And they just leave, like with me in the back seat. They're just going, and Ben is chasing them. We're going across half the map. Me with no weapon. That none of them have weapons because the match just started. Ben has a pistol, and he's just firing pot shots at the car. We go across half the map. They finally pull over somewhere, and 2 of them get out, and so it's just me and the driver. And they run to go inside, and Ben just runs both of them down. And then the driver gets out to try to go inside and get a weapon. I swap to the driver's seat and run him down.
Nice.
And
What
then we both,
What a game.
yeah, and then we both died to the zone.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm set. Sorry about that.
No worries. All right, I'll throw us back in.
So it's like sometimes the best moments in PUBG were not the games you won.
Yeah, like I mean that the most my favorite memory of PUBG was the time that I got kidnapped. Like I got into the wrong car off of spawn. Like we
Yeah.
dropped in, and unbeknownst to me, another team dropped in, and one of their avatars looked kind of like James's avatar.
Uh-huh.
So I just got in a car with him, and it led to this really like memorable, hilarious chase where was it Jordan, James, me, and who else was it? Was it Joe Kim? Was it Ben? They were chasing them on a trike,
Of course it was a trike.
and anyway, the enemy team wound up in two cars that collided with each other and exploded. Right. And we kind of walked out of it scot-free.
Nice. Oh, now I'm thinking about another game, PUBG, where it was a 3-player team, and we had just finished looting somewhere, and they went and got the car, and were coming to pick me up, and they, you know, PUBG cars are very well built, and they just barely clipped the edge of the building, and the car exploded like it was a nuke.
Yeah, I've definitely had like clips where a PUBG car like gets into a ditch, like noses down into a ditch, and starts vibrating because the engine thinks it's continuously colliding.
Yep.
And then just explodes.
Kaboom.
Hey, Raph.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, their two bodies started convulsing the car. I have a clip of it somewhere on my channel, like an old channel clip. It's great. I also have an old channel clip of me accidentally getting a headshot with a crossbow and thinking it's the greatest day ever.
Like that game was a lot of fun. Not quite when it was broken, I guess, but like when it wasn't serious.
Yeah. Now it's
like,
yeah, it's kind of a different thing now.
Yeah. Like once I got, well, I'm not gonna say once I got good at it because you know I was never actually very good at it.
Yeah,
but once I
neither
started
was I.
getting more confident at it, it was less interesting.
I will be like the first to tell you I was never good at it. Like, yeah, I won a game and got chicken dinner by hiding in a bush.
Yep. I loved Alex's pacifist run, where I think he was the second player alive. Or second player left alive. Are you okay?
I am fine.
Oh my god. Oh,
What happened?
oh god. Oh god.
What happened?
I got the joining players.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh good. Okay. Everything's fine.
That's normal.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything
fine.
is
Nothing
fine.
happened. Nothing happened. What are you talking
So-
about?
So what happened to me? I was behind. It was like, oh, I'll just summon my sparrow so that I can go a little faster. Unfortunately, I was still holding forward,
Oh, did you
and
die?
so my sparrow started spinning.
Oh no.
Which is okay. Okay, it's fine. This is fine. I'm still in the grav cannon. And then my sparrow collided with the grav ring and exploded. And I didn't die. But I was no longer in the tractor beam.
Oh no.
And so I had to very slowly floof over to the edge.
And I heard Sniper's cry of distress and went to investigate what was going on, which led me to walking over the edge.
Ah,
Yes. Like this Colossus is very close to doing. Walking off the edge. But he didn't. Disappointing.
Alright. Could someone pop the shield of the right hobgoblin and I'll super it?
yes. Stand by.
There it goes.
Down. That hurts.
I'll give you the spicy rock.
I made some orbs on the left side of the rock.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Just doing my job.
Okay. I've got a good line on the other barrier.
Yep.
I'm working on the unstoppable.
There.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Minotaur. Oh my god, Minotaur. You're
I
on
am
my
out of
list.
primary.
Okay. I'm almost out of primary, but... Look out, can't... Sorry. I was like a
No,
second
no, I
too
was
late.
watching it, and I used my melee attack, and the melee attack hit the Cabal corpse in front of me.
Whoops.
Yep. Yep. Love it when that happens.
Feels good. Feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Feels good. Feeling very smart.
Alright, let's get the guys downstairs. No, put your barrier down. What rifle is this? This is the Adept Hung Jury.
Barrier. And there's Unstoppable.
Nice.
Now I'm gonna go grab some green.
Go start in the barrier that's out here.
Right, on my way back.
It's always good to tell when the Twitch, I guess, extension is working. When chat's being like, yes, he's using the Hungry SR4 Adept with rapid hit and fire precision and Firefly precision flame. Thank God, I can't words.
Wait, you got the rapid hit Firefly?
Yeah,
Rats.
this is the only one I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Because I didn't get one last night.
That is like that's the god roll, I think.
Words are hard to... Yeah, well... Florida man's had a busy day. Like, with rain flooding into my apartment, and... me angrily calling management and getting no response.
Buddy.
You could... I mean, to be fair, Malzum, you could probably get the non-adept version with... I think you could get the same roll, just... You can't use adept mods on it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Adept is pretty subtle.
Yeah.
Like they are better, but not by much.
Yeah. Like honestly, the biggest draw for me for adept weapons is that you can use big ones, adept big
Yep.
ones on them.
Yeah.
Which is
Pretty
really
sure that's what I
only
have on. Yeah, I have adept big
super
ones on.
important for or not even super important, but like
Are ooh okay?
I stubbed my toe.
I gotta love getting a paper paper cut and just dying. Gotta love how that works, right?
yep.
Oh, that's goodness. Oh my god, this unstoppable incendiar just like
Good news, I couldn't hit the barrier hobgoblin. So I just made a web around it.
I tagged both the
there we go.
Grab ammo. What the?
See,
every time I pull out Scooty Puff Jr., I'm just so happy.
It's so good.
I also like that its engine is pitched up noticeably.
I just wish it had a horn.
oh dear, I went the wrong way. Alright, I went too far. I want to stay in our nice safe crater.
I'm gonna make some orbs. Enjoy.
Okay.
Beware the guys on the right.
You know what? Just bored of these guys. Just bored of them. What the?
Huh, that was a good shield throw. I heard a lot
Oh
of
god.
clunks.
Where did it all go? I got like 2 damage numbers off that super. Anyone else hearing the hung jury noise in their sleep? Chunk, 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 chunk. Reload.
Ow. Okay, may have had a small accident.
Did you go
My
up
my
those-
body has intersected a sparrow. That's fine.
Oh,
Oof. Oh god.
okay, should be safer now.
Thank you. He has been grenaded several times.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like Chaos Reach was hitting a barrier. It's possible.
Mm.
Explosive barrels.
Explosive barrels are your friends. Sometimes.
I wish this ignition code had auto-loading holster on it. I say that every time I use it. It's still true.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure you guys remember yesterday me telling you that I told Grandma about necrotic grips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went hard last night trying to get it. He didn't get it.
No.
I thought he did.
No, he ended up with 3 other exotics.
Ah,
I think he did like 5 runs and got 3 exotics. Just not necrotic grips.
I mean, that's not the worst.
Yeah.
oh, way short. Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him. Is he on the far right?
I don't see him yet. Oh, wait, I got him. He's coming this way.
Okay, cool. The good news is he got Aeon Soul out of the way. So, he got the best Warlock exotic already.
Hmm.
'Cause, everyone loves Aeon Soul.
It's
Paula.
actually, like, better now.
Yeah.
I still think it's probably the best on Hunter, but those things, it actually does something now, which is like an improvement,
Mm-hmm.
right? It actually feels like it has a utility.
Yeah. All right, I won't have a super for these guys, so...
I mean, I can put
I will.
barrier up. Or, oh, you could, yeah, just laser them to death.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll head over.
Let's go. That was very rude.
What
His-
happened?
His backpack malfunctioned
Yeah.
Oh.
during my finisher, and that killed me. And I guess it got sniper too.
Yeah, there was a
Burn.
delayed
Okay,
tick.
yeah.
Just
There's
very
always a
rude.
second damage tick from it.
Yep, got damage number, so we hit something. No, I need you to not hit me with your swords as soon as I touch the ground. Behind you.
Revive, not interact. Okay.
Oh, hit his head on that.
Oh, that's gonna smart.
That's a damage multiplier right there.
All right, here we go.
All right, I can put barrier up for these first guys, make some orbs. There they go. Look out for the guys on your left.
Yep. Or not. Watch out.
Oh, look
watch
out.
out. Watch out.
There it is.
Whoops.
Dogs. It's always dogs.
Yeah, we really need to get like anarchy lines set up.
Yeah.
Oh, things were going so well. At least it's not as bad as that clip that Addie shared earlier, where the team got to the end and I guess the
floor
boss
wasn't
fight,
there.
the boss just didn't load. It's just a pit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glorious. I would be so mad.
All right, back in.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I think so.
Back to the lovely dulcet tones of hung jury. Oh, good. If I put the Grand Luster shader on the Adept hung jury, it looks like the regular hung jury. Where's Technofusion?
Commander, your favorite AI is primed
I don't
and
see any
ready.
fallen.
I have prepared backdoors into
Nighttime.
several key vex systems. We have detected a
Well, it
series
is a
of
nightfall.
seismic disruptions.
Boo.
All
Shade.
may be responsible.
I'm glad it was worthy of at least a boo. Oh, come on. That should have hit.
So far, Deafening Whisper. Much
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get a good one of those, I guess.
They're pretty easy to grind for, especially considering that its perk pool is quite small.
Can I just focus an Umbral for it?
You have to do Wrathborn hunts, but you can, like, get pretty specific with what you want from it.
Yeah,
Like, those are pretty generous with giving you what you wanted.
like I have one with Wellspring that I've been using. But I could probably go with something better.
I honestly like my Wellspring Ambitious Assassin one. Oh, I wonder where the grenades went. Ah, I see.
Sir, could you please go away?
Yes.
Good, good.
Primary.
Alright, gonna nosedive a Sparrow again?
No, I've learned my lesson.
It's not gonna walk off the edge.
I was briefly impressed by my Sparrow's park job because it nosedived itself. Oh, hi.
And you're not going to discover that hole again.
Hoping not to.
I mean, we can petition Bungie to put some pylons up around it.
Yeah, you know, like some tape, one of those banana peel shaped slippery when wet signs.
Like just some yellow gaff tape around the edge, maybe. But, well, that's very rude. Now I can't see him at all. I gotta move.
I stuck him with an anarchy, so he's
Yeah, so did I.
not long for this world.
I mean, he doesn't know that yet. Now he does.
Hey, Failsafe, you're all cozy in your data core. Any advice on an energy shield?
I believe the nearby Vex constructs may
Ow.
find that barrier.
Well, I could have. Okay, we'll shoot.
Oh, it doesn't go through the barrier.
Oh,
Oh.
no, it's not.
I wish I'd known that.
Me too. That's good piece of knowledge.
Yeah, you got to jump up above it. That's what I usually do.
I had no idea. What was the giant hobgoblin from the Pyramidion strike called again?
Brachion?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad we found where Brachion went. Found a job as a hobgoblin champion.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here.
Thank you for dying everything.
Oh yeah. Nice save, thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't need that one anyway. Or that one.
Pardon me?
What? Why does it say last Guardian standing?
Because the stunned champion one-shotted me.
Oh, yeah, that scans.
Okay, once more with feeling, please.
There we go.
Alright, alright. Perfectly
Much-
fine.
Don't see any green down there.
There is just a little bit of green. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay. We'll start work on the barrier.
You are on Aeon Cam?
I am not.
You're not. Okay. Then.
I'm on Geomags.
Oh, that's
I don't know
fine.
I don't even know if that's very smart here.
No, that's correct, I think.
I mean, when on Giant Laser, I think Geomags is always the correct choice.
Yeah, it's just so short if you don't have them.
Yeah, like I've tried it without, and it doesn't feel good.
No, it's a very underwhelming without Geomags on.
Yep.
I kind of don't like the supers where it feels like you have to have an exotic for the super to actually do anything.
Agreed. Agreed. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know nobody is going to mourn Top Tree Dawnblade when it finally eats a nerf,
Yeah.
but I feel like that it shouldn't need sun bracers in PvE.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's just so good with it. I don't know. Like,
I don't think it does need sunbracers in PvE. It's just that the play pattern with sunbracers is so good.
yes.
But like, sunbracers is actually, it's not really doing the synergy thing, right? Because you're not generally using heating up if you're using sunbracers.
Right, yeah. Or heat rises either, right?
Yeah.
Like, Although I guess it does give you an abundance of grenades to use.
Yes, that's true.
You're essentially a Sunsinger from Destiny 1 with it.
Oh my god.
Ow. You know what? Screw it. Now shoot at me and see what happens.
What?
Oh boy. I think you're a little safer for me to get.
Yeah, I should be gettable. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Cam up.
Probably wait till he goes super, I think.
You know what?
And there's heavy over in the corner. Yes, please.
Great.
It's what's for dinner. Erp.
Okay, is special green apple or is it lime?
I like green apple.
There.
I can never decide. Like, it could be either. I mean, like, heavy is not grape flavored; it's purple flavored.
Yeah.
Right, right. It's the whatever that.
Going down. And dead. My job here is done. Hopefully I made orbs.
You did.
Yay.
Okay, barriers down. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Nope. Nope, nope.
Are ooh okay?
Yeah, there was just a Legionnaire where I was not expecting a Legionnaire to be.
If the Legionary could stop shooting me while it's in its blinded animation, that'd be cool.
Really appreciate it, to be honest. It's on the right. I hit it a few times, so it's moving.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get it here.
Got it.
Nice
Oh.
grenade.
Oh. got lucky with the anarchy shot.
Foes will never get through.
Guessing
I
anarchy
can
is last
super
season's
across the
Witherboard.
top.
Anarchy is just ludicrous, especially with Breach and Clear and Unstoppable. It's so good.
Hopefully that made some orbs.
Yep. I'm gonna go
Think
pick them
so.
up. Like, I'm actually using 2 grenade launchers right now.
I think they want their drill back.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Sir, you've been stunned multiple times, please.
I think we've got a good line on the left.
Yeah. Okay, the ones on the right are... Yeah, they're contained.
The left dogs are blind or just standing there. So I think the... Okay, now they're just leaping into the air for fun, I think.
I think the game's logic will let them recognize the trip lines, but doesn't... If they can't path through, they don't know what to do.
Just trying to lead them to the trip line. And it's
yep,
right there.
there's the Legionary here.
Oh no. Kraft just said they had a terrible thing pop up in their head, and that's always bad.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
What killed you? Oh, I see.
I mean, I was charging the enemy because I was like, oh, it's going to be finishable. And then it wasn't.
Yep.
I was just like, okay, it's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. And I
Yeah,
didn't
we should be
think,
good from here on forward.
It's going to kill me.
If only I had some anarchies.
I've got 15.
I have 22.
I have 0.
Sir,
You are full of anarchy and grenade. Please stop moving.
Blessed purple brick.
Holy is its name. Hey, look, some of you down there just need to stop having shields. And he fell off. Alright, last time we were here, I think I remember everyone just falling over at some point for some reason.
yeah, I forget what happened exactly, but it was like not normal.
Everything was fine, and then it wasn't. And I don't know why.
I think we all died to, or at least a couple of us died to the exploding backpack.
Yes, that was it.
That checks out.
Uh-oh. We're all standing in a straight line. This guy's shots over penetrate.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine, see?
All right, watch the spawn points on the right. Why? Why are there cabal noises below us and to the right?
Because there's
to
the
the
ball
left.
below us to the left.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of answer I expected.
Okay. You know what? We need a little bit of.
A little bit of stasis. Just to even the playing field a bit here. The stasis is completely 100% fair sub power set, and we should
It's
all
fair and balanced, and
completely fair. Doesn't need any nerfs anywhere, especially not in PvP. I don't know what people are talking about.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, Behemoth is completely worthless in PvP now.
I know. It's almost worthless in PvE now. Why they gotta nerf it so bad?
Ooh, I only have 1 green left. Well, that doesn't actually matter that much. I've got 22 purple.
that'll do it.
The exotic Cabal slug rifle. What's that called again?
Skyburner's Oath.
Yeah, it's good, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the catalyst, it's very good.
The catalyst definitely helps.
Yeah.
All right. Look before we leap. There is in fact ground.
Yep.
Okay,
Certainly
good,
is a
good.
floor.
Aw.
Nope, he dodged. Hold. There. Ha! You flew between trip lines, idiot. Okay.
Right.
All right, so we're just gonna do this in
Oh,
one.
there's
Right?
purple up there.
Oh, nice. Let me just jump up there.
The sound of the damage phase. Ba-dum, dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, he's moving. I'm grabbing my purple brick.
Yep. I paid for it, it's mine.
I like this one. Just gonna hide down here.
Are you kidding me?
Switching guns.
Hell.
Oh, it moved your ghost. And then,
But reasonable.
yeah, and Ghost told us you were down again. But it reset your respawn timer. There it goes.
Game's fair.
Fair. Completely fair.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Goodbye,
Nice.
Perfion. Hey, that time I got a hung jury and a crest of Oplupi and a golf ball.
Winter's
golf-
Gwill.
The golf ball was the most important thing there. Oh my god. It's 68 Alpha Lupi.
I got an exotic engram.
Oh no.
Because I need to go to the helm.
Oh. Hung jury, moving target, one for all, so. The golf ball
Alright.
was the most important thing I got.
To the helm.
Yes. Moving target wellspring.
Well, to be fair, a 68 Crest of Alpha Lupi is not too bad.
Yeah, Yeah, that has like at least that has functionality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More orbs from supers and casting my barricade heals. I think it's a healing burst. Yeah, healing pulse, so all nearby allies get healed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not an exciting exotic. Oh, it has an ornament. Oh, oh, that's right. It's got a new monarchy ornament. Totally forgot it had an ornament. Ah, the helm.
Good. Let's see. How much corrupted data do I have? Or decrypted data, not corrupted data.
I have so much corrupted data.
Oh, a lot. Well, let's just turn all these into ignition codes and see if any of them are good.
Is my old crest. Oh yeah, my old crest was not as good.
Okay, so my exotic was wings
I'm sorry for your loss.
at 64. So not even like good wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blinding grenades quick draw. Ooh. Hmm. And thresh. Quick draw and thresh.
Hmm.
I
Is
think
empty-
that's a good.
Sorry.
Oh, good.
Is empty vessel any good?
Which one is that?
It's a grenade launcher special. I got one with blinding grenades and spike. Lead from gold multi-kill clip.
Oh,
I
is
just
that
am-
the Vanguard one?
I think it's Vanguard.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, right?
Mhm.
I don't think it has any exciting roles
Okay.
in particular, but I mean, I've got one in my bank with like snapshots feeding frenzy, which I don't think is very good, but like I was hanging on to it because it is at least is a solar grenade launcher,
Yep.
Okay. Well,
right?
I might
So
give it a
that-
shot.
Yeah, that can just be intrinsically useful.
I think any of these chroma rushes are good, but I'll run them through my usual gauntlet.
I've yet to get an ignition code that didn't suck.
Yeah. Yeah. This one has field prep and blinding grenades, field prep, and vorpal, which is fine.
Yeah.
Except I like the only thing I get out of field prep is the additional reserves because I never ever remember to crouch to reload.
Oh, same.
I didn't just get one with blinding grenades and quick draw thresh. I don't think that's good either. Wait, where's my... Oh, right. I rerouted my headphone cable so that it's going like under my desk instead of hanging from my boom, and it's very weird to not like keep running into it with my hand.
Yeah, I have to figure out tomorrow where I'm putting this this streaming PC. Since I got the new processor today, the PC I'm on right now is just going to be the gaming PC. And the old processor is going into my old case, and that one's just going to be the one that streams. And I have to figure out how I'm setting this up tomorrow. So by the end
Good
of the
luck.
day tomorrow,
That
I
is-
will be screaming.
That, like, those setups, very useful. Enormous pain in the asses.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be like, have to ask someone who's done this before for help. Because I have no
'cause,
idea how
like,
the audio is going to work.
I know Ben likes his now that he's got it set up, but it is like it is sometimes it tests him. And like at the office, I doubt we would bother unless we had a full-time Paul.
You have a full-time Paul.
Luckily, we have a full-time Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just realized that ignition code cannot roll auto-loading holster. Ugh. Well, that's
Disappointing.
disappointing, yeah. I guess I want Ambitious Assassin then?
I mean, argument to be made for slide shot.
Yeah.
I've
Which
been
is-
hearing a lot about this slide shot blinding grenade shenanigans, and I really want one with like that.
It's kind of a lot of fun. I'm not
Breakdan-
sure it's good. It's awfully dangerous to use.
Oh, breakdancing across the battlefield, blinding grenade everything sounds hilarious, and I want to try it.
Well, especially because firing it cancels your slide,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you don't actually need to slide very far.
I see.
Do we want to go again, or
I would love to.
Yeah. that'd
you
be-
gonna try? You should be down to one more element you need to run, right?
Oh right, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could go on Middle Tree Dawnblade. Although
Yeah.
this doesn't have a whole lot of places to do that.
I mean, well is never bad.
Yeah, well is never bad.
I was also going to say, what's that? What's the helmet that makes it stupid?
Oh, Dawn Chorus.
Yeah, I, was like,
I
you
just
go
don't know
on
if I want to be
Dawn Chorus.
flying around a lot in this strike.
Yeah, it's a little risky.
The
True.
Hobgoblin snipers are terrifying.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just shoot you out of the air, and we just see your body fall.
Yeah. I don't know. I can think of a few places where a well would be really good. Like behind that
Yeah.
that rock in the first room while we're dealing. Basically, every place where we have to deal with a pair of hobgoblin barrier hobgoblins.
What about
Yeah.
well with healing boots?
Ooh,
You could just-
yeah. Assembler boots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could just get like the other two of us could just get sloppy while you're in cover healing us.
Yeah.
Just big
mean, that's-
slops.
It's compelling. Oh, excuse me.
Far from the worst use of it.
No. I'm gonna go use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
After Graham gets necrotic grips, maybe I'll tell him about heal boots then. I've been letting him chase one at a time and then letting him know about another cool exotic he should go after. I feel like I'm a dealer or something, but like, hey, I told you about this. I told him about like Curious of the Fallen Star, and he chased that for a couple weeks, and he finally got it. And now I've told him about necrotic grips, and he's after that now.
Well, I mean, like, whatever encourages him to play,
Yeah.
right?
Next thing's gonna be heal boots.
Not even wrong.
No, I'll tell him
Right.
about starter scales, and he'll be like, "Why are you bothering to tell me this?" Because he doesn't have a hunter.
Oh, how is the stasis build working out that you were looking at?
I've got like 95% of it done. I don't have the correct armor to finish it,
Okay.
like the stats, because they want you to have 70 discipline and 70 intellect, and I can get 60 discipline, 70 intellect, so I can't get it. So my stuff's not recharging as fast as the build is saying it should be recharging. It's definitely currently a good PvE mess around build.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Yeah. And they, on the class item, recommend using Bomber twice in the solar class item, so that when you dodge, you get a huge boost to your grenade.
Uh-huh.
And I think when they did this build, Bomber was more effective than it is now.
Yeah.
Because I've got
like
2 in there, I'm getting like 10% back when I do it.
yeah.
It's, I don't know.
Like on Hunter, all I ever want to do is max out mobility and put 2 oh, what is it called? Distribution mods
Yeah,
on my cloak. Right?
yeah. The thing is, I also feel like Glacial Inheritance would be really good in the build, because Glacial Inheritance, it refunds your super on super kills with Stasis Super.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Stasis, it's currently not working all the time.
Interesting.
Glacial Inheritance is currently broken, so because it seems to like, because I'll cast it into a big group of enemies and not see the bar jump at all, but then I'll cast it at like one guy that's off by himself, and the bar will jump up like 10%, and I'm like, okay, this is definitely not working.
Yeah. And that's like almost having it be inconsistent is almost worse than it not working
Yeah,
at all, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely one of those, like, on paper that build sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, but in practice it's currently not working. So I'm kind of like, okay. I think part of the problem is my armor is not on my Hunter is pretty terrible. Like, I'm currently I have a pair of Hunter armor that has 1 recovery on it. I didn't know that something could roll a 1.
I didn't know. I thought it could only go 2.
Yeah, same. But I have a piece of Hunter armor that has 1.
Weird.
I'm gonna see if I can find it in dim and show it on stream real quick, because I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I almost like, how?
Yeah.
Just open the screen.
Let's see. That's not it. I want to say it was arms. That's not it. Is it a helmet? It's a legendary piece. I know that. And this is with no mods. There it is. Recovery +1. My Vest of the Great Hunt.
That has to be because it's 11. Look at the mods you have slotted in it.
Yeah, true. Stacks on stacks gives -11. I just thought it was
-10. Yeah.
-10. I just noticed
Oh, okay. Right,
Okay.
right.
that. Okay, so I was misreading that one. But
Yeah.
it's not working. But yeah, my Hunter armor is pretty terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that one's not too bad, but it's the wrong element for what I needed. And it's also, all of my good Hunter stuff is boots, but I need to use Star Eater scales for the build,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not a good pair of Star Eater scales. 2 recovery.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right. Shall we roll again?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me. Oh, that's not my screen.
Oh, were you looking at mine?
I was looking at the stream, and I had it on my main monitor because I usually have it off to the side, but I had it on the main monitor, and it was like, oh, that's Destiny, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, and then it started moving around, and I was like, wait a minute.
I mean,
Something
to
is
be
wrong.
fair, we both have similar looking armor right now. We're both glowy as shit.
Yep. All right, shall we?
Okay.
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Bungie, please give us the firing range that the helmet is clearly going to give us. I was expecting it sooner.
Dear Bungie, please reveal that Ava Levante is actually Savathun. It would explain all the glitching every time you talk with her.
I mean, there was that one lore tab where it said Savathun was wandering around in the guise of like in a human disguise,
Mm-hmm.
and it said, that it was an older person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since, it obviously has to be somebody we know, couldn't just
Yeah.
be some rando in the city.
No, I mean, it could be, but that would be
I believe the Red Legion
uh,
is to blame.
narratively inconvenient.
It's that grandmother on, like, that's always on the balcony. You know, that one. Who?
Yeah.
that lady.
It's that lady who that street vendor is trying to upsell.
Yeah, that one.
You know,
That lady.
if that's
the
all
one
your
with the white hair.
if that's all you think your family deserves.
I kind of want it to be the one person in the tower who has the random voice line where it's just going, rah!
Yep.
Like, I have no idea what the context is for it, but every once in a while you just hear somebody, like, just scream in frustration in the tower. Which I relate to, because, like, I've absolutely had that experience.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You're doing a thing and it's just like, why? Why?
Yeah, like... What do you mean I was doing the completely wrong thing for 15 minutes?
Oh god. That was my experience working at Walmart. Just sometimes you just wanted to go in the back room and cry.
Yep. Yeah. Or maybe it's like something relatively innocuous, right? Like they forgot to wash out their coffee thermos yesterday and like took a big swig out of it.
Oh, ugh.
I
Yeah.
don't even drink coffee, and I know that would be foul.
Oh right, I should be healing and using my rev.
Ooh, healing works.
All right, I'm paying out.
Oh. There's still a Legionnaire up.
So there is. Healing grenade.
Ow, mine everything. It's fine. That feeling. Where did my
Stay
sparrow
on
go?
target.
My sparrow made it. Okay. Everything's fine.
I mean, I think those are famous last words, right? You ask, where'd my sparrow go? Sparrow lands.
Kaboom.
At least I'm alive. I was looking over at chat, and it was like all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong. I'm in danger. Alright, so it's that feeling of just wanting to yell, not necessarily at anyone, just in general, has been the feeling of working in healthcare for the past 18 months. Oof. Woof.
Yeah.
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 And it's... I hate the people who think it's over,
Uh-huh.
because it's not over.
Yeah, no, I went out today and there were a lot of people not wearing masks. I mean, a reasonable amount of people were, but it should have been higher.
Ow, ow, bright lights.
Like anyone who's followed me on Twitter knows that I have frequent issues with the VA.
Mm-hmm.
They have a mask mandate, at least, so you're supposed to. Everyone who's in the building is supposed to be wearing a mask.
You're all cozy in your data core.
Nope.
Any advice on an
You don't know how many
No.
times I've gone in there, walked into X-ray to get for a mom to have X-rays done on something, and like the lady at the counter is wearing her mask like a chin guard.
Great.
Like,
Great.
like,
Perfect.
lady, you work here. You're a nurse.
Yeah. All right,
What
I'm going
the
to pop
hell?
my super after.
Yep. That's my least favorite thing. Like, if you're not gonna wear a mask, just don't wear it. Like,
Yeah.
don't wear it around your chin. Like that accomplishes nothing, and it's
Yeah, like-
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not going to fool the virus, right? That's not how it works.
yep.
Like, these people are clearly wearing like that so that if their boss walks in, they can pull it up real quick.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the kind of staff that works at the VA. It's like, yeah, they're technically qualified. Technically.
Up hiding behind. Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, no. Minotaur. Bye.
All right, let's see.
Oh, ow.
Are ooh, okay.
No, 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 oh no. I'm also going back to get your orbs. So many orbs.
There we go.
Oh, actually,
Oh, there's some green down there.
that reminds me. I saw this this tweet going around the other day. Actually, maybe you retweeted it, Cam. I don't remember. Which is the plums. The poem.
Yeah.
The plums. They destroyed their icebox. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The plums are out.
Oh God,
I love that so much.
it sounds
It's
so
such a-
sinister.
It's such a potent format too. Like, wasn't the kid who wrote that poem like 6? The tiger
7, I
poem?
think. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was a tiger, right?
Right? Yeah. That's the original. And then mashing it up with the William Carlos Williams plums thing is just like, well, it's delightful.
Yeah.
I once mentioned that the plums poem to a friend of mine who has a PhD in English lit, specifically in poetry, and was like was wondering how she felt about all of the remixes of the plums poem, like how it becoming kind of a meme format. And she was like, "Oh, it's great. Like William Carlos Williams would have loved that.
Yeah.
He was super into that sort of thing."
Well, especially because it's kind of like a silly poem too, right? Like, it's supposed to be kind of like endearing, but it's also like the subject matter is kind of
Like,
very personal, right? Kind of thing only a couple would really get.
no, stop jumping. Oh my god, I hate you so much.
All right,
I know, it's most people
my-
hate me. It's
Well,
fine. All right, it's
no,
going
I mean-
down now.
The
Chaining it.
unstoppable Incendior.
Oh, oh,
what the?
unstoppable. Eat a dick.
He punched me in the side of the head.
That's just super rude.
I mean, I guess well paid off.
It
did.
did. It
'Cause that
really
would've
did.
wiped us.
Yeah, that would have got
'Cause-
all of us. Instead,
Yeah,
it was
as
like
soon
a
as that
light
happened-
thump.
As soon as that happened, I turned to shoot it and got shot in the side of the head by a hobgoblin.
Ah!
Oh, sorry.
Sniper auditioning for Sparrow Squad.
Well, I got myself wedged in a tree.
Sniper failing his application process for Sparrow Squad.
What? Did Sparrow Squad have a specific application process?
It didn't. It was just, we always joked that we put all the people who murdered people with sparrows in Sparrow Squad. That's why Dix was in Sparrow Squad.
I just
Well,
got
that was
wasted by air support.
Yeah, I got here in time to see that.
Watch out!
Hey, Brozart.
Incoming!
We've managed one completion so far, and I got a terrible one. Alright. I'll assume my role.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Sniper is down. Barrier of Colossus is down. Is stuck.
Alright, getting ready to go down.
Ow.
Yep, that hurt. Wait, your province plans on firing 11,000 healthcare workers ASAP as well?
Oh, Alberta, huh?
That's... why? We're in the middle of a pandemic.
If it's Alberta, the minister has decided to blame negative health outcomes on lazy nurses.
And yeah, it is Alberta firms. Oh my god, that's so dumb.
It's
Well, I mean, when you're a petro state, and there's no petro,
Yep.
like,
What do you do when oil is when you're waiting for oil to acquire a positive value?
It's
What
just
in
you,
the-
Cam. He got me through the door, and he got sniper through the door. He got sniper through the door and got me through the window.
yep,
Neither of us are in a good spot to get.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
he's dead now.
Yeah,
You're safe.
neither of us.
Yeah, I missed. There's one Legionnaire, like, right next to my corpse, around the corner there.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Good thing is we have lots of lives.
Oh, yes we do.
I want to believe that as a culture that we can get over this pandemic, but I keep reading stupid shit like that, Raph, and I'm just like, nah, we're screwed. I think people just need to understand this is our new normal.
Yep. Yeah, like it's
It's never going to be like it was before. I honestly think masks should just be like mandatory in public places from now on.
I mean, like I don't feel comfortable not wearing one.
I feel, to be honest, I feel more comfortable in public now with a mask on than I did before. So it's been great for antisocial people like myself. He's way over here on the right. I'm tagging him, and I'm gonna head to the left to see if he comes over.
All right. Oof, I don't have much purple. I'm just gonna do a quick look around to see if I can find any.
Yep.
Raph, I would love to leave Florida and move somewhere that doesn't suck, but I'm trapped here
Okay.
because this place
Oh,
is just
nice.
like hell. I'm actually getting very good at hitting things with anarchy. The scope is very useful on it.
Right? It's like, oh my god, these... Wait,
Little
these
gradations
lines?
actually mean something.
Yeah, the
What?
lines mean something.
I feel betrayed by every site ever prior to this. Or something. I'm not sure
But
what I
it's
mean.
just like, Bungie is very...
I've got
Those
super
are there
fast.
for a
Okay.
reason.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll think about that, Raph. Don't think I won't.
Please, sir.
The good news is he's dead.
What killed you? Like, officially?
Cabal magma burn.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, do we all want to go down at once and get killed by the gladiators, or just one at a time and get killed by the gladiators?
I think it's my turn.
I mean, you just died. It's okay. I was
Yep,
gonna
too
say
late.
I was gonna say one of us can go.
Well, I'm going to.
Okay, I'll wait a second and see what happens.
Yep. I'm also gonna.
That's well, I'm coming down too. All right, I'll go ahead and pull the lever, and
Yep.
that way I can get a little bit at the end of this.
Now is not the time, game.
What game do?
It was giving me a notification about some sort of something or other. Okay, Unstoppable's dead.
Okay,
War beasts are going down.
you're
I
good
think we're
again.
stable.
Yeah, we're good. More beasts. I'm putting down some anarchy over here. Okay, left has an anarchy line.
Yeah, right has an anarchy line.
All right, I'm just gonna hold back and let them come at us then.
Anarchy bounced off the legionaries?
It does that sometimes. Like,
Oh shit!
okay. I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
hide around
just-
the corner.
Hide around the backside.
Why have champions appeared?
Because
Those are the ones across the way.
Yeah, the
Okay.
teleporter's up. Or not teleport, launcher. Okay. Ooh. Okay, he's dead. We're good. Oh, good recovery.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times where Anarchy bounces off arc shields
Yeah,
because the actual projectile doesn't do arc damage.
right.
Which is irritating.
Malcolm says, we live in two of the worst places for it, Florida and Arizona. Right now, social pressure at my workplace basically made it a mask-free place because the governor is an idiot. Great for working in community college. Yeah. Florida has been pretty bad the entire time, to be honest. Our governor is just has no idea what he's doing. So. And I live in a
Should not have stood there.
community of people who like wearing red hats. So
Ugh.
there's still the one house on my street that put up a Trump Pence sign after he lost the election.
Good, good,
It-
good.
it-
That's
It's still
that's
up,
terrifying.
and they have a flag too.
The blue flag.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. When I say they put up a sign, I don't mean like a little yard sign. I mean like it's wood. It has big wood frame. It's like 6 feet wide.
Do they know Trump tried to kill Pence?
I don't think they care.
Well, you know, those signs were going pretty cheap after the election was over, so.
Yeah, I think they just
Yeah.
went and pull it out of the ground somewhere. Took it home with
I
them.
remember seeing someone post a picture of like one of those stands, kiosks, whatever, roadside ones where they sell like signs and lawn shit, and it had Trump stuff on BOGO.
Oh, God. Like, Florida has always been a little, It's just gotten worse.
Mm. I really need some purple.
I've got a brick I can give you.
Oh, I have an incendiar.
If you could open the trade window.
There we go.
Turnip flag is a good way of putting it, to be honest. Oh, I hate that he explodes after the finisher.
Yeah, rude.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Just this once.
Those unstoppable sorry, barrier colossi do go down real fast once you get them sort of locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The hobgoblins are much tougher.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna super
Okay.
here if you can keep the.
No promises.
I'll work on the left one
Okay.
if you want to work on the right one.
Working on the right one.
Made it out.
Okay, anarchied him.
Excellent. There's a few dogs still up, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Not for long, as far as I'm concerned. I hear the dog, I just don't see the dog.
There it is.
Was it in the spawn room and just not coming out?
What?
Yes. Second
How?
dog. Where? Oh, you're right back there.
I'll go get
I was
him.
killed by a war beast somehow. A dead.
Yeah,
one.
there were two.
Oh.
Weird.
I heard the other one come over my shoulder and punched it about half a second after it ripped your throat out.
Now remember, everyone, we have to make sure there's an actual level ahead of us.
Okay, I still have no purple.
I only have 5 anarchy, so
I have 9. I mean, it only takes 2, right?
yeah. That was like an airburst. Oh, love it.
There's one. There's one.
Race to the bottom is everyone. As turn races everyone at the bottom.
Oh,
Hey, I'm gonna
he's
get
right
the
behind
bottom.
you.
Yeah, kinda. No.
Okay, I will.
Uh,
Whoa! Haven't
he's
seen this in a
immune.
while. Hey, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I'll rift.
I will land on my keys. Oh, good. Don't worry, I'm the target. Thank you.
You should be getting healed.
It's switching guns.
Okay. Going down.
And then I'll.
I'm joining
well,
allies,
at the
apparently.
bottom.
Nice.
Excellent.
Golf ball, war rig.
Ooh, 2 golf balls.
Nice. And a hung jury. Heating up adrenaline junkies. Still not as good as the one I'm using.
Vex records indicate
Another
Surplus
surplus
fire.
wellspring.
And it's
Ooh.
65 war rig. Not as good as the war rig I already had.
Had the Red Legion achieved their goal, I estimate a 60% chance this planetoid
This
would
surplus
have been
wellspring
destroyed in the
hung jury
ensuing
is
battles.
marginally better than the one I currently have.
Ah, well,
Marginally
Victory.
is an improvement.
Arrowhead break. So perfectly vertical recoil.
yeah. What is the default?
75.
Ah, Yep.
It's pretty good, but like it's still a little jumpy for a
Mhm.
something with its rate of fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sniper, you're gonna have to pick up the kills next time.
What? Oh, that wasn't.
We have a minimum 60 requirement. You were under it. Just saying.
Wow, really? God, there's not that many enemies in that fight.
There really aren't.
Like 100 and what is that? 120, 100 and 176. I mean, I guess we do skip all of the
The ones in the war zone.
Yeah.
yeah, and also all of the harpies in the final encounter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know there's supposed to be harpies in the final encounter
What?
Really?
on the
Huh.
top level? Like there's a whole bunch.
Oh right, yeah, I remember that when I tried to solo that, like in year 1.
I'm learning so much about this strike now.
Uh-huh.
What if we build a mode?
All right. Hey, 10 ascendant shards. All right.
Nice.
I'm just happy I have some golf balls now. Now, if my hunter can just get some decent armor,
Do we want to run it back?
I'm fine with running it back.
Yeah, I think I got one more in me.
Okay, yeah, how more then?
All right, let's do this.
I can go back on stasis, unless Attunement of Grace was working really well for everyone.
I mean, the well was pretty nice, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it was.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I think I'm feeling it actually.
I mean, whatever you want to do is fine. If you need stasis for the rainbow
Oh
triumph.
no, I've got it all.
Oh, perfect. What do you have
Um,
left on that?
I need 3 more Grandmasters.
Ah, excellent.
So because I missed last week's,
Mhm.
so I'll need what was last week's? Brain.
Saber,
Saber. Right. Do we know what the other 2 are for this season?
disgraced, and warden of nothing.
Okay. Ugh, disgrace. That disgrace last room must be a nightmare.
Always was.
I don't know. I mean, there's enough places to hide. Like when she's up high, you can be way down in that other room, and when she's down low, you can be up high.
I'd just be terrified of like unstoppable ogres just appearing right on top of you from the side. I don't know if this is designed by the team that likes champions in the final room or doesn't like champions in the final room, though.
I would guess that it does have champions in the final room.
As long as
because-
it's not designed by the team that liked Omnigul every week as the Nightfall from Destiny 1. Because fuck that team.
Mhm.
Still
Yeah,
having
and then we'll have to
flashbacks.
We'll have to
Oh,
get you a
wait, hold
saber
on.
done when that
I'm just
when the
gonna-
thing comes back.
I'm just going to masterwork this new hung jury. Ooh, it even has a range masterwork.
Sorry for sneezing.
Oh, you know what? Hold on 1 second, please.
Nay.
Do I want to switch to this quick draw? The rash mission code. Let's try it. Quick draw might be secretly good here.
I also really appreciate that hung jury is the only thing in this game that the shader Dead Orbit Resurrection looks good on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is a dead orbit gun.
I know, right? Like, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. It's a flavor win.
Oops. Oh, it's fine. These are useful anyway.
The only reason Hung Jury is so highly regarded from Destiny 1 is they sold the God roll from the vendor for like a year. So it's like everyone had it. Even if you weren't a Dead Orbit person, you were like, Dead Orbit selling what on that gun?
Friendly warning.
You joined Dead Orbit just long enough to get the hung jury, and then you left Dead Orbit.
I believe the Red Legion is to blame.
Like, you would see people in full, like, New Monarchy colors with hung jury.
What was the god roll on it?
Oh, I would have to look it up. But for like a year, it was like the scout rifle. Like, the legendary scout rifle.
Hmm.
It hung. Thank you, Mr. Morpheus. The only reason hung jury is so highly regarded is because Destiny players are size queens. Wow. It's not about the size.
Yeah, that wave frame is really strong.
It doesn't seem to be stunning champions reliably. And I wonder if you need to actually hit them with the projectile for it to work.
Yeah. I wonder if the timer's running out.
It's possible.
'Cause it's only like, what? It's 3 seconds? So...
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, I mean, it is 3 seconds. I can see it. It's probably 4 seconds technically, but...
They like to
just
fudge the
doesn't-
numbers a bit.
Like, it's doing good work at
Mhm.
all the things that I don't need it to be doing. You know? Like,
Mhm.
but at least I'm not five-holing champions anymore. And I realize that that reference might be completely mysterious to Americans.
Yep, I have no idea what you mean by that. I mean, I
Same.
can guess what you mean by it, but...
The
I don't...
five-hole is the space between an ice hockey goalie's legs.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard someone say that before and explain it as that.
Yeah, because, like, I think it's 1 is over the right shoulder, 2 is, like... There's only so many places where you can slip one past a goalie.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And humans have 5 sticky outy bits.
And yeah, it's one of those weird things where it's like, of course, everyone I know knows what a five-hole is, except unless you have not grown up watching hockey, then you obviously have no idea what that is.
Yeah, hockey was not a thing in Florida. I don't
mean,
know
like,
why.
In spite of the fact that, I mean, haven't the Lightning won a bunch of cups?
Tampa Bay, yeah. It's just
Whoa, ow,
not
ow,
the
right.
most popular
Can't see.
thing here, but there are people who like it. I know I've tried
there-
ice skating once and fell on my ass so hard I never went back out there.
Oh yeah, it's no good. Right? Yeah, that's why you don't fall.
Just don't fall, forehead.
Yeah, just don't fall. Okay, should I drop the super now?
Let Foxmar go first, I think.
Okay.
As soon as they start
Let's
shooting
work on the
at me.
left one.
Yeah, because I can shield you guys if you're on the left side.
I could have.
Hey, MTG Ranger.
Okay, we'll shoot.
Ice is weirdly solid and painful. Yeah, it really is. No one told me before I went out on the ice that one day.
Oh yeah, like I slipped and fell on the ice once as a teenager, and now my back is broken forever.
Well,
Right? GG. That's just going to be ruined now for the rest of your life.
Now would be an excellent time for the well.
Okay.
That was very good, well timed, because that hobgoblin was going to murder me. Deal with this hob. Come on.
Yeah, chunking it down.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up.
Yep.
What's punctuation, Malzin? Because I definitely don't know what punctuation means.
I assume just in text.
Oh, I know. I'm being stupid.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry.
My punctuation is terrible.
I got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind.
Yet I was a newspaper editor. Don't know how the hell they let me get away with that one.
I mean, editing and copy editing are not the same.
No, they're definitely not. They didn't trust me to write anything, thankfully.
Right.
No ammo down there.
I mean, frankly, that's for the best, I think.
Kraft says, which has more impenetrable jargon, hockey or curling?
Oh, I think curling's is probably more impenetrable just because the community is smaller. Right.
Yeah, and the fundamental action is so much different than other sports. I mean, hockey, like, despite the unusual quote unquote, equipment and arena
Playing
design,
surface. Yeah.
it's still put object in hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the first game humans clearly played.
Was put
Was-
a thing in a thing.
Yeah. Dunk the thing.
Insert ball into net. Hoop. Field goal.
Between the posts, something.
Create
Yeah.
object to put ball through. Yeah.
Yes, and curling is the second game. Put object in specific place.
Yeah. When I
But not too
ran-
far, as opposed to just get it through.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Put it on the bullseye. Like when I ran that, my first D&D campaign, I had the people in that community played a game called football. That was played on the side of a plateau, and it was called football because they hit the ball with their feet because their arms were being used to hold on. Otherwise, I had no idea what the game was. But I just
kinda
decided
want to
that-
see that.
Yeah, I just decided that humans, regardless of where they are, have all developed a game called football.
Yeah.
Well, where are you going, Unstoppable?
Watch this guy on the left, sniper. Okay, he went back to the middle. Oh, going down.
All right, chaining it.
Awesome.
Stop blocking my.
Hey, Rebecca. Bye, Rebecca. Thanks for stopping by.
Ooh, that died at the right time. I just ran out of bullet.
Ooh. Yeah, I am going to be with you shortly, too. And there's no ammo for me.
I'm sorry, I think I took it all.
It's
I
fine.
had 2 purple bricks.
Nice. I would prefer. I would just like a gray brick.
Same. If you could open the trade window.
Yeah, sure. I'll just need some glimmer.
Shit.
I mean, the ammo fairy will be along eventually.
Ow. Oh, don't worry, I tanked that one. He's still shooting.
No. Okay.
It's
Steady.
Can't move. It's still coming at you.
Into the shell hole.
What
I'm
the?
just gonna stay over here.
What's that? What was that? Oh, let me get in a better position so I can block the champion. Guys on your right are shooting up. Going down.
Yep, I just ran out of anti-barrier, so if someone can...
I'm working on it.
Perfect,
Got it.
thank you.
Oh, good heavens, you're all still alive.
Okay. He's tagged with anarchy. Oh, I hate to see it happen to a good legionnaire like that. Dropping the grenade on their own feet.
Sloppy work.
He's still alive? Yeah. No, not for long.
Nice freeze.
Oh, good. The ammo fairy did bring some ammo. Delicious, delicious green apple bricks. The broom guy has the most important job in curling. Probably does.
Well, you've
I
got-
don't know.
You gotta broom hard, but you also have to know when to not broom hard.
Oh, come back, Centurion.
Why do we not have a curling emote yet in Destiny 2?
That does seem like an oversight.
Yeah, like, I feel that the Bungie devs are in the correct demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Colossus is here.
Okay.
Well, wandering away now.
Honestly, I feel like a curling emote would be a good, like, team emote. Like, like the person who starts the emote throws the puck, and everyone else is like the rest of the team.
Stone.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? A stone?
A stone.
Okay.
It's
Then
very
you yell
important.
hurry, or perhaps hurry hard. I mean, it's the sport that Canadian dads do because you can't golf here very well most of the time.
And it pairs well with beer.
Yeah,
I mean,
As I
yeah,
understand
exactly.
it.
as a Florida man, I can assume most things pair well with beer. I
All right.
don't drink, but
Yeah. Okay,
Let's go.
I've got super.
honestly, I think not drinking. I think they're going to take my Florida man card away at some point, and I'd be totally fine with it.
Oh,
Careful.
we are both going to die now.
No,
we
no, we're
didn't.
fine.
That was briefly terrifying. Okay, blinded one of the gladiators.
It's just like curling is very weird because you play it and it's not, or you watch it and usually it's not very interesting. Then the Olympics happen and it is the most fascinating game in the universe.
It's the best Olympics sport.
I still can't believe they're having the Olympics right now.
I think they want
Or
I know.
going to. This is like the first news story I've read so far about the Olympics is the anti-sex thing with the cardboard beds.
Yep.
Which is definitely not really true.
No.
Yeah.
That feels
yeah.
so
like
weird.
No, I mean, it's
99%,
literally
like,
not true.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, like there's no way those beds were just developed recently.
Hmm.
Like they must have been. Oh, by the way, super soft. Well soft. And it just seems like a strange decision too, because like, okay, I can totally imagine a scenario where they're like, we've decided to cheap out on furniture, but like a bed that is designed to fail if a gymnast tries to have sex on it is not going to support a power lifter,
No.
right?
Huh. Yes, and I imagine that as if a collection of the most physically fit people on the planet can't come up with some other way to have sex.
Yeah,
There's
like,
a
I don't-
floor.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was getting to, Malzin, that two people have already tested positive. Like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, see that was a flick fire off the reload. Did nothing. Thank you to whoever cleared the scions off the top.
Welcome. I probably deserve that. I had nothing to do with that guy exploding. I just showed up.
But yeah, like I don't think a cardboard bed is really going to slow down the traditional quadrannual fuckfest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not. In fact, they might just lower it to the floor ahead of time just to save time.
Well, somebody was like, "You just take the mattress off and put it on the floor."
Yeah. Like these are Olympic athletes. They're probably their training is probably worse than this cardboard bed could do to them anyway.
Yeah, like it's just such a weird thing. It's
Yeah.
so like
I mean, it is such a weird thing that it is literally fake. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's completely
not-
fake, but it's just
It's
so absurd.
it's so funny that everyone like wanted to believe it was real.
Goodbye.
Oh, that Colossus is not long for this world.
yeah. I'll go get Foxmar.
Okay.
Believe me, Chad, if I ever can escape Florida, I'm moving somewhere that doesn't have one season every year. Well, technically, Florida has more than one season. We have summer. No, what? Well, let me start at the beginning of the year. We have love bug season, summer, love bug season, hurricane season, and then it loops around.
Right.
I want to move somewhere that has normal seasons, you know, the ones that most people have. Not summer. Please, dear God, no. Did
What the hell?
Did that barrier hobgoblin just slam into you?
I think it did.
Look like
Okay.
it got hit by the drill and then just
It landed.
like,
It got.
physicsed into you.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was pretty rad, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Because
coming
it
back
says
for you.
it says barrier hobgoblin killed by the architects.
Huh.
It looked like the barrier got clipped by the drill and then physicsed you into the wall.
Weird.
Can we get a clip of that, actually?
Yeah.
Chat? Another pair of eyes on that?
Yeah, chat, we need some science here. We need to go to the tape. Because I was watching, so I'm pretty sure I saw it. So.
Oh, dog. Second dog.
Ah! Oh,
Now
right,
that I
drill.
didn't see. Oh, did you get
Okay,
drilled? Okay.
Drilled.
Oh god, dogs. I'm alive. Thank you, Brozard. Brozard's got it.
Purple brick. Yes. Not that I really needed more, but still.
Yeah, I'm good on all my ammo.
Yeah, this is definitely going much smoother than it was the other night. And, I mean, honestly, even than it was earlier tonight.
Yeah, I actually think well may have been a good idea here.
Yeah,
I mean, we're also just much more used to the
Right,
spawn
the-
locations.
I think
The
we're good.
rhythm of it.
Wait, where did... Oh, there you are. Just like, I looked around, saw Foxmark, didn't see Cam, looked around again. Wait a minute.
All right, Protheon.
Protheon, I need you to move to the next phase, please. Thank you. Can I not land on my keys this time? Good. Nope. He looked at me.
It's switching guns.
Why? I got joining allies when I was already down there. So now I've got... there it is. Okay. What the... Game. Game, you're drunk.
Oops. I blinded myself. There we go.
All right.
Ooh, feedback fence. Double Senate shard. And another Hungary.
Crown of Tempests.
And wings, huh?
I'm sorry
Huh?
for your
All right.
loss.
66 crown. Not bad.
I got surplus Firefly Hungary.
A 67 Wings of Sacred Dawn?
Ooh. I mean, that's good, but also, it's a wings.
64
Yeah.
feedback fence.
I mean, I've seen people use them in PvP, mainly because nobody expects it.
Yeah.
Heating up one for all? No.
One for all is better than you think, I think.
Yeah, it just... How
Also-
long does it last?
It's like 10 seconds.
Really? That is
Yeah.
better than I thought.
It's a long time. Okay.
Back to Helm or Tower?
Either's fine with me.
I have a Prime, so Tower will be good.
Tower it is.
Oh, I have an amount of blues in my postmaster.
Oh yeah, I should probably look at that. It's probably a hot mess. Oh, my post is actually empty. Okay. Except for a corrupted key that's been in there for like 3 weeks. I should probably do something about that at some point.
Alright. does the internet think the god roll on the Adept Hunter is? Rapid hit, one for all.
I would have sworn it would be rapid hit Firefly.
Firefly is also like considered good. So they have rapid hit and then subsistence surplus for the first slot, and then for the fourth slot they have one for all as the best, and then explosive, wellspring, and firefly as sort of also good. I don't know. Rapid hit Firefly does seem good, but they do kind of do the same thing. A little bit. I mean, Firefly, you get the explosion, of course, which is not bad, which is great. But one for all is a damage perk,
Yeah.
and it's hard to turn down a damage perk. Definitely a PvE perk for sure.
Yeah. Smuggle hamsters. That's a username, all right.
Huh. Well, there's the surplus wellspring compass rose.
Nice.
Also, Fat Orange Man is near, so I can only imagine who they're talking about.
Yes, Tony the Tiger.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, speaking of Olympics news and Tony the Tiger, the Australian Olympics mascots got revealed like this morning or yesterday, and well, they're it's Australia, so they are representing their athletes with kangaroos,
Like
wearing like kangaroos in sports outfits, and of course the internet briefly lost its mind.
Are they very cute?
Yes.
Of course, it's very cute.
There are a number of furries who are extremely excited about them.
Oh my god. Uh-oh. Good for them. Good for them.
I mean, what's really funny is that the artist who did these
oh yeah, no, those are not the. That wasn't quite what I was expecting.
no, they're
Oh no, sorry, I was seeing furry versions of them.
oh
Okay.
no, the actual versions are
Yeah, they're really cute.
they're and they're normal. I mean, they're like they're what you kind of expect, right?
Yeah.
The author or the artist said, for the most part, it's been really supportive, which is great. I've heard all the jokes I was expecting. I wasn't surprised that furries enjoyed the characters, but I was surprised by the sheer volume of the response, which I find deeply amusing. Like, you underestimated the internet.
Never underestimate the power of the internet. So does anyone else have anything they want to get done?
I think I might be okay for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I am good. I have a little inventory management to do, but that can happen anytime. Yeah, I mean that was good. I think we got what 3, 4 done.
Yeah.
I wasn't counting.
Yeah, I am now overflowing my ascendant shards. Or not golf balls. Yes, ascendant shards.
Mm-hmm.
What's the maximum number of prismatic lenses you can have, or enhancement prisms you can have?
50.
50, and then another
And in-
50 in your
Okay.
postmaster.
Yep.
Okay, that's full stacks in each. Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yes, I am at 10 ascendant shards in my inventory and 9 in my postmaster.
I have 20 prisms on me and 4 shards.
Yeah. I need to spend a whole bunch of those on my Titan and Hunter's gear because they need more options.
The internet has made Tony the Tiger the Grinch fanfic. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, if you
Poor
find that
thing.
if you find that concerning, wait till you learn about the Onceler.
I'm sorry.
You know, from the Lorax.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
Anyway, you can discover that on your own time.
I'm not going to discover that at all. I don't want that in my search history. No.
Look, the internet wasn't a mistake. Tumblr was a mistake.
I mean, yes. You're not wrong.
All right, I am going to roll out, and I will see you all later.
Yeah.
Thank you for the groups, though. That was really productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. Both of you.
Much appreciated.
All right.
All right,
I also
have a good
head out.
evening, everyone.
Yep.
Good night.
Night. I'd like to. There. And thank you, chat, for hanging out. What time is it? It's almost midnight. Yeah, it's like 11:30 at night, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get off. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I have had a good evening, and everything is running better now that I have more memory in this computer. So, or not more memory, more CPU power. Let's see, who is live that I can raid? Lur is still live. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it to Lur. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Next stream is going to be on Tuesday. Tomorrow, no, Raph, no. Tomorrow I'm going to be figuring out how to have 2 PCs for streaming now. I am not Googling that. But because of the new CPU in this computer, a whole bunch of games are now available for me to be able to stream again. So I definitely am going to get Little Nightmares 2 in, because that was dropping frames before. All the Half-Life games, probably Yakuza 0, Hollow Knight at some point. Oh yeah, and I was going to do actually go back and do some Assassin's Creed Valhalla stuff, because I dropped off that because it was running like crap because the computer couldn't handle it. Yeah, Yakuza 0 at some point. It was on sale dirt cheap, and I was like, I should get that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. But that's it for tonight, because I got to figure out this dual PC setup thing for tomorrow. But yeah, if you're not following, give me a follow. And if you want to help support the channel, there's a donation link in chat. But just hanging out also really means a lot to me, because it's fun to have people to talk to and hang out with. But yeah, head on over to Lur. It's Wheeler is still live with Eternal with Seabats.